It began with the forging of the great grams. The nanograms were given to the elves, immortal, the wisest, and lovers of family-friendly word-based games. Instagram, given to the dwarf lords, great miners, and desperate for internet clout. And teddygrams, that's right, teddygrams, were gifted to the race of men who above all else desire bear-shaped graham cracker snacks. For within these grams was bound the strength and will to govern all things Grammy. But they were all of them deceived, for another gram was made. In the land of England in 1871, the mathematician and biostatistician Carl Pearson forged in secret a master gram to control all others. The histogram. 1 gram to rule them all. And that's how histograms came about. So, histograms, essentially what you need to know is it's like a bar graph, but instead of doing a bar for each number, they take chunks of numbers. So the rest of this video will show you how to do some histogram problems and how to create your own for your stat study. So here we go. Here's our first histogram problem. Frank often spills his fruit punch. Below is the number of fruit punch stains in each of the 6 rooms in his house. So he's spilling all over the place. So we can make a histogram of this data. So we can see here the number of rooms and the number of stains. So a histogram, instead of making bars for each number, you're taking chunks of numbers. So you see this first bin, what they call, or a chunk of number, is 0 to 5. So it's saying how many rooms have stains of 0 to stains to 5 stains. So we look at here, the only number between 0 and 5 is 4. So there's only one room with 0 to 5 stains. So you move the bar up to 1. Okay? 5 to 10 stains. So again, you look at the numbers here. How many numbers are between 5 and 10? Just 9. So there's only one room with 5 to 10 stains. 10 to 15 stains. So you see how they're going up by the same number each time? They're going up by 5 each time. So 10 to 15. We have 12 and 14. So there's 2 rooms with 10 to 15 stains. So we're going to move this up to 2. 15 to 20. Are there any numbers between 15 and 20? No. So you leave the bar down there. You don't move it up or down. Can't move it down. 20 to 25. Well, a 21 and a 22. So there again, 2 stains. 2 rooms have that many stains. So you move it up 2. So there's your histogram. Notice the bars that are next to each other, the intervals, the bins, 0 to 5, the 5 to 10, and 10 to 15 are all touching. There's no gaps in between the data there when there's no disparity in the data. There's no actual gap. But from 15 to 20, there were no rooms that had between 15 and 20 stains. So there's a gap there, making a gap in our histogram. And then back up to 2 there. And that's how you make your histogram. All right, now, so let's do some reading histogram practice. So we have a mass of each pumpkin patch and Leonard's patch. You can see the bars are going up by 3, or bins. So it's doing chunks of numbers. So for this first bar, it means from 0 to 3. That means that there are 4 pumpkins that have 0 to 3 mass of kilograms. So how many pumpkins are in Leonard's patch? Well, that means we have to count up how tall each bin or bar is. So we have 4, so 4. And this is 5 because it's between 4 and 6. So that makes 9. 9 plus 8 is 17. Then we have 6. So 17 plus 6 is 24. 23. And the last one, too. 23 plus 2 is 25. How many pumpkins have a mass greater than 6 kilograms? So we have to see, well, here's 6 kilograms. So greater than, that means everything to the right. So you're going from all these 3 bars here. So we have to count up how big these bars are. 8 plus 6 is 14, plus 2 is 16. How many more vehicles have been driven between 50 to 100 than between 250 and 300? So 50 to 100, that means there's 4 vehicles that have gone that far. 250 to 300, there's only 2. So 4 minus 2 is 2. So 2 more vehicles. And 1 more. All right, let's give you a quick rundown of how to set up your histogram. So here's your stat study. You should have your dot plot done and your stem and leaf done. What you're going to do to make your histogram is you're going to copy all your data over. So you make sure you have it all selected. You're going to paste it in here. All right, so I have all your data in the Histogram tab. Make sure you're on the Histogram tab. You're going to hit Insert, Chart. And right now, it puts it up as a scatter plot. Well, we don't want a scatter plot, so we're going to make it to a histogram. Look, the histogram's already there for you. So here is the histogram, the default one they set up for you. So you can go in through the editing tools under Customize. So you can mess around with your background color. I'm going to go with a little darker gray there to make it pop. You can change your font here. Do your color. I'll go with red on the outside. All right. Then you go to the Histogram tab. Now this is the one that's pretty important where it says Auto. Do you see on the bottom the buckets it made for me? It automatically spaced the numbers out, but you see like it's going up by 8s, which is kind of a weird number to count by. And if we were to make this by hand, I wouldn't go by 8s. So what I'm going to do is go by 5. So you can bring this down and it gives you different options. I'm going to go by 5. Yours could be different. Kind of like the way this looks better because it kind of spreads out my data a little bit more and sees where there's gaps. Chart and axis titles. That title in the top is really long. So instead of saying histogram of how many rolls of toilet paper do you have in your home, I'm just going to say how many rolls of toilet paper do you have in your home. So you can just delete that. You can, again, change your font if you'd like to. So what this is saying right here, this first bar, since it's going up to 1, that means that there's only one person that I have collected data of that has between 0 to 5 rolls of toilet paper in their house. And you can see that the highest bar was this one, 5 to 10. So the majority of my people have 5 to 10, between 5 to 10 rolls of toilet paper in their house. Major grid line count. Let's see what that does. Okay, so that will help you space out the numbers as well. If you don't like that it's going up by 2s in this case, you can actually just knock this down to a higher number. Not knock it down, you'll be knocking it up. Okay, so let's see what mine does if I make it at like 1. Yeah, then you don't want that. So let's go 7. See, it's still going by 2, so the higher number you go, and it looks like mine was 8. The highest was 8, so I should knock it up to 9. So now it's going up by 1s. So a little bit better to look at. And there you go, all set. So again, practice a little bit more to get a better sense of it. And then when you're ready to go, you can put in your data into a histogram.